folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated. Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hopefully everyone's doing all right today. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Today we are now again doing our 100K Blue Guardian Challenge. So glad to see that everyone's out here in the chat. If you're in the chat, just say hi. Hello. Carlos, Matt, Adrian, Danny, Tomorrow, Sausen, Shan. Welcome. It's good to have everyone here. I'm a bit blurry. Hold on. Here we go. It's better. Okay. So let's present where we are today. We took a little bit of a win yesterday in our challenge. So we're currently sitting on 1% right now, just over 1%, which is always a good thing, and it's just gonna keep on going now. Okay, so let's present the charts and where we are today. Right, this is GBP. I was still doing the thing. So here we are, 259 candle right there, bang, Hong Kong set. We have quite a nice range today on DXY, 604 to 745. If you saw price yesterday from here, it went up as we had set the Hong Kong gap right over here. So after it sought that Hong Kong gap, it came back into this one, came back and went straight back up into Friday's one, and then continued going higher, taking not the highs. But if we saw there, that was Friday's close. It took Friday and then came back down into that gap, but to perfection. What do I mean by perfection? It can't get more perfect than that, can it? It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I love seeing things on price like this. Okay, so right now we're sitting above the gap. So I'm expecting price down today where we are right now. It's filling in the sell side. So if we have our 630 to 730 over here, it's in the middle over here. So sell side is being filled. Buy side has been set over here to perfections. There's equal highs right over here. Okay. And so today, what I'm expecting is that price is going to go down on DXY and then come up, which on the other charts would be price going up and then coming down. Okay, so I'm looking at sells. Let's just go on to where gold is, which is I find quite fascinating. Go into the 15 minutes over here. We have this Hong Kong gap set here on Friday, previous weeks. That was unfilled because at 9:30, I was talking about this on the Discord last night. At 9:30, what happened was, well, we had liquidity that was unfilled, and then this MMG on the top here, which is also unfilled. So it's mind-blowing how the markets are very, very precise and how they work. And it's consistent every time. I'm going to go into US 500 quickly and look at the overnight and see if the highs were taken. Yeah. Okay, so we have here 4 o'clock. The lowest low there is right there. And the highest high here. Okay. Same as yesterday. Exactly the same price action. Let's go into the, let's just do the 2 minute. No, 1 minute. 1 minute's good. So we have the 259 over here, closing candle. Nice. And then we have our 9:15 open yesterday. So that would have been your Hong Kong gap. What's interesting is that it's really I don't find it beneficial to trade during Asia and London at this time, just because there's not that much range. If you look on the side here, there's only about like 5 handles of movement in total. So what did we have? We had price that came down underneath our 4 o'clock close, took it, sniped it, and then went for the highs again. So it looks to me like right now we are in a nice trending market to the buy side. So if you're any kind of buying trending things, so for me personally, my trade is I would not stay in. I would not trade this because I'm not a trending trader. I'm a consolidation reversal trader. So if I was looking for a trade, it would have been between 950 and 1010, which is over here, and then that didn't offer me any opportunity to get in. Highs were not taken at that time, and then it didn't offer me anything. It came up. You could have, if you wanted, here to pull on this little pullback here, but again, that's not my trading model. But what you're looking at in days like this is you're looking at a very, very late trade, because the daily candle needs to make a wick. Okay, so what happens is price goes all the way up, takes a high, and then at a certain time, which is represented here between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, it'll pull back, so it creates the wick of the day. And then we have the same thing over here. Between 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we're creating the wick of the day. That could be a trade. Is it always the opening gap of and 215 where you put the HK gap? Not always. Not always. It depends on the Hong Kong 50. Maybe I should just put some music on so everyone's right. How are we all doing today? How was your night last night? Oh, great to see everyone saying hi. You all are legends. And look at this. I love it. We're champions. Tom caught a little long from the open on the DXY. For 2.5R, 50% taken. Nice. Nice. I still got some time before my trade. So what you caught was from the open over here of the DXY. You're saying you caught this long to go to the buy side. That's great. Rimmel, my charts on the bottom right hand side over here, you can see you're new to see -4. This is the time zone I'm using. Oh, the macro doctor, you stayed up for this. Yeah, my thing, like last night, I wanted to stay for New York, but I actually just got so tired because I have a family and I have all the stuff happening, and I'm just like, nah, I can't. I just can't justify it. We're going to retrace with the wick down. Oh, so you caught that movement there. Nice. Let's go look at what GU is doing. There's unresolved buy side. So depending, if price continues to go higher on these charts, then I'll be taking a sell. If it decides to come down here, below here, then I'll probably take a buy. And looking at how GU and AU still needs to go up. Yeah. We could be looking at a snap going down higher. GU same thing, because you'll see what I'm seeing. Okay, here we go. It's buy side. There's sell side. So right now, we're in 50% of that range and nothing's happening. If price wants to go up here, I'll be seeking sell side. If price wants to come down here, I'll be seeking buy side. And all three have to correlate the same thing. So 630 is over here, which just got taken over there. What's on the 630 and 730? Yes. So it's buy side and sell side. The reason I draw that out is because the DXY range over here, okay, it starts at 604 and it goes until 745. Now, normally 604, as you can see, is here and 745 is here. So we have liquidity within that range, okay, that has been set by people who were trading during that time when DXY was closed. So both sides of liquidity need to be seen to sometime throughout the day. Okay, we're still 7 minutes. Price needs to do its thing. For me, I found that it's the most prevalent liquidity time for the Asian session. You can see my previous day, Asian session trade was the same thing. So 630, 730 buy side was taken, and then we expect it to come down to here. Now that came down, it went up, and then price on the very high part of the day, if you pull that out in time, I mean, when you know where liquidity is, this is because the time tells you. It's a funny thing. I'm just gonna get my charts out. Close this. Put up my MetaTrader so I can actually see all three at the same time. One, good. Do we have any prices that? 12218. Oh yes, yesterday, did you see how my magical void, I forgot to say, my magical void was seen to to perfection. I forgot, I left it in the chart there for you yesterday. So that magical void that I pointed out, yeah, it came up and then came down straight to it within a Hong Kong gap and then continued. So 12218 today. And 20. Magical void. That's today's magical void. What's a magical void about it? The magical void is that TradingView does not have all the information in its charts. So you have to use your broker. And there's even another one underneath it as well. There's two magical voids on the sell side. Ooh, sell side's looking tastier. 5-8 and 6-1. 158 and 161. One, 5, 8 and 161. There's another magical void down here. And that price right there. That little fair value gap. Magic. Absolute magic. Yeah, I'm seeking sell side today. Straight up. Yes, so Scarf, having to read how to understand the 15, you should go into the 5 tick. You'll actually see price even better. My checklist for my trades. Sure thing. I'll go over that. So my checklist is pretty simple. I wait for price to go away from the daily open. Okay. It has to go away or it goes down away. And it takes either 630, 730 buy side or sell side. I wait for a reversal indicator, such as not an indicator, but price is telling me it's going to reverse. And then I enter on a fair value gap, or if I'm feeling like just yellowing, I'll just enter, and then it'll go to where it has to go. The sell side here is pretty tasty right now. That's why I'm looking. That's why I'm thinking sells. But right now, time's about to tick in. With all of this liquidity on the buy side over here, it's not that much. It's not enough. There's not enough range. Okay, so the range from the gap and where we are here, if you look at it in pip terms, it's only 2 pips. It's not enough. GU is also like it's within that. AU is on the sell side. This looks like it's going to push. It's going to push up, and then that's going to force GU to go up, and that's going to force Euro to go up. And after that, we'll see. But again, it has to be within my time. If it doesn't happen within my time, there's no trade. And it looks like we don't have any like major news events coming on Euro, on AU. No news, GU, no news. But ultimately, I am looking for sells. What do you mean by your time? Well, my time is I'm looking for a wick. So here on the 1 hour. Okay. The reason why is, again, you can see the structure on the 1 hour. We've come down, we've come up, we've created this fractal right over here. Okay. From this candle to this candle to this candle, there's like a fractal, but it has not broken this. So I'm not looking for extreme buy side because this one, and this one, these three candles over here, if that gets broken, then structure's bullish. It's going to the buy side, seeking buy side liquidity up here. Okay. Right now, what we have in price is we have a whole bunch of equal highs over here. Well, not equal highs, but a whole bunch of consolidation. And you have on the 1 hour, you have a fair value gap. Funnily enough, that lines up perfectly with that little void in price, which is beautiful. And if you're looking at this void in price, that is around consequent encroachment of that candle. So inefficiencies in price. Yes, 50% there. So when ICT mentions his stuff about consequent encroachments and stuff, which candles are the most relevant and which ones he uses, there's a reason behind that. So what I mean by my time is that if the trade does not present and at least an indication between 850 and 910, so we're now at 850, right now it's doing nothing. Okay, I want an indication that price is going to go the direction that I'm seeking. Okay, so right now we're in no man's land. So right here again, it's been held, it's in no man's land. Even DXY is in the middle of the gap, it's just filling this in. AU has pushed down. So my expectations for the other charts is that they need to catch up, because there is, between all three, if you can see, EU is up here on the buy side, now it's coming down. Okay, GU has not come anywhere near that buy side. That's the exact same price. So when I'm talking about SMT, okay, is divergence in the charts. All three pairs need to be correlated to a degree. Now what they'll do is they'll wait and they'll hold price at certain levels to wait for the other currencies to catch up to where they are. So right over here, AU's on extreme, like it's completely gone down here. Now what is that telling me? Well, either AU is just either super weak, okay, or we're looking at the other charts having to catch up to the sell side, before going for the buy side. So you'll see AU will continue pushing down, or it'll be held in this area, and then GU will push down to be underneath these lows, and EU will continue pushing down to be underneath these lows. And then what we have is we'll have price that will change to come to the buy side. This institutional order flow entry draw that just happened right here, okay, was allowing people to get in. But now that is a target. We have equal price down here. We have squareness here. Where's the squareness here as well? Would you say price is more attracted to the Hong Kong gap or the Ian dog? It depends on the time of day. So for me, again, at this time, you only have the 259 candle going for you, because you're waiting now for the 915 candle or the 916 candle, depending on where the HK50 opens. You're waiting literally on that candle to form the Hong Kong gap. Do we need to check Euro GBP when trading either of these currencies? No. I can tell you right now how Euro and GBP look like without even looking at EG. Could you show what counts as a breaker structure for you? Sure. Let me just see where you are. Let me keep this open over here so I have it on my chart. Don't want to be caught out if the moves decide to start happening while I'm explaining this. So there are different forms of breaks of structure or market structure shifts. Okay. The normal, what everyone tends to apply is what they call a change of character, a koch, or I don't know, whatever that is. Okay, for me, that is too long of a time frame. Okay, so what I look at is I look at the individual legs themselves. Okay, now when I see something like this, okay, this price over here, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the blue candles over here. So a blue candle, it's come down. This blue candle didn't break it. That, for me, would indicate that that price has changed structure. And it coming down here and continuing to go lower represents that there's liquidity above here now, which means that later on, that liquidity will be seen to. So it's building liquidity to go down so that we can go up and take it. So I'm just waiting and waiting. We're waiting. We have nice equal price there. That for me is indicating a break. That wick right there. And then it continues to go higher. Same thing on the sell side. Over here, it's building liquidity, it's building liquidity, it's building liquidity. All of these ones over here. As soon as price changes structure, which is not here because this blue one's not taken, but as soon as it sets that red one and that blue one, that wick right there, that's them telling me that structures has shifted. And then guess what? There's a fair value gap. There's a fair value gap. So I'm just looking at where price is right now. Okay, and then they ride price and they take it below all of these lows. On the other hand, you have all of these highs over here. Over here was like, when you start seeing this, where it has like where it looks like a change of structure, doesn't have work. Next one doesn't work. Then you have this blue one here. As soon as that little blue one is formed and that's broken, whether it's by a wick or a body, I don't care. Then we have a fair value gap in price, and then it starts targeting the highs. ICT likes talking about the, so if you entered here, your nearest point of liquidity or lowest hanging fruit would be literally the nearest local high. And then you can carry on extending that. And of course that fits in with my Hong Kong gap perfectly. So again, these blue candles over here, they get broken down. So what we have is there is a structure shift going lower. What do we have? Well, there's a fair value gap in price right there. You could enter there with highs over here, seeking liquidity. Carrying going down, and you're waiting for price. Structure, we're creating wicks. As it comes up here, that over there is not a breaker structure yet. And you're waiting. As it comes up here, it would be a breaker structure, but we're looking at this. This has already filled that fair value gap before it broke structure, so you're not taking it. Continues going down. We have a smaller range over here. Okay, as soon as that gets broken, bang. What we're looking at is we're looking at any fair value gaps in price underneath to continue going higher. Same thing on this side. That structure gets created. Then we have a break. It comes in to the fair value gap right there. A little wick right there. And continues going lower. This side, breaker structure was here. These red candles, these blue candles, they get broken. Fair value gap goes higher. So I'm looking at this on like a micro level. So like right now, we have had a shift in structure going lower. over here. So as you can see, this blue candle over here, structure's not broken there, but here, as soon as that blue candle gets broken, structure shifts. There's a fair value gap. That's that could be an entry to go short. Over here, if you look at price, that blue candle right there, okay, that red candle, as soon as that gets broken, what do we have? We have a shift in structure. We have a fair value gap that gets presented over here, and it's a long. So when you're reading price, you're looking for these things within a certain, and for me, I found that within certain times, it works better. So it looks like today they started earlier over here. We're going to sell side first. As you can see now, GBP and Euro will push down because AU looks like it's leading. You can see here, AU shifted all the way up here, exactly the same thing. So over here, price goes higher. We have this candle, we have this red candle right there. As soon as that changes, bang, that's a fair value gap, that's an entry. Continues going lower, institutions miss the entry, so they will pull price back to come straight into that fair value gap and continue going lower. As we can see, these charts are now catching up to AUD. If FEG gets filled, you still take the trade. Again, it depends on the time. In this circumstance over here, this fair value gap, it came in and went down, but it did leave the rest of that fair value open, and price comes perfectly. And this is on every chart. Every chart is exactly the same thing. So, like I said, IOEFD, there was a fair value gap right there to go lower. But now this is a future target. IOFED. That's what I mentioned. That this is like IOFED because of all those equal highs. That's institutions. What they're doing is they're bringing price back up and they're entering short. And then it goes up again, they're short. Again, they're short. And again, they're short. And you can see the candles, the wicks. As it reaches a certain price, it immediately goes bang. And then you have bang. Come on, go in a hurry, please. It's 6 minutes. Hurry up, down. Yes, I do. So as you can see, I used 10 days worth of Hong Kong gaps. So this Hong Kong gap, this Hong Kong gap, this Hong Kong gap, that's all relevant points in price. As you can see, all of this got filled. This one came in. You the next day, you use the same price to continue the next. Now we're in the next day. Why wouldn't this be an entry right now? Because for me, we're in the middle of our liquidity range. So we're in no man's land. We're in the middle of the daily, we're in the middle of the open. If you're taking, personally, in my opinion, if you're taking an entry from here, you're in a 50-50 state, you're gambling. Again, if you're using whatever other system and stuff like that, I don't harbor any ill will towards anyone. Okay. This is whether, like, if you're taking like on this trend line or whatever, you're using that as like your entry confirmation stuff, great. Okay. And if you make your money, fantastic. Again, however you want to trade is up to you. In the end, you're the one that's pushing the button. You're the one that's taking on the risk, and it's no one else's responsibility but yours. It's the same for everyone, each of us individually. Yes, for sure, especially if it's within a certain range. Now, if sometimes you get weeks where it'll be weeks of ranging price action. Now, what you do is you continue using the gaps continuously, and what you'll find is that price starts resting, like the Hong Kong gaps will start resting within one another, and that means that there's going to be a massive expansion at some point. This week, I'm expecting a really big expansion for the weekly, but we're waiting on price. It's probably going to be on Friday. I'll actually be expecting a short. How big does a stop usually end up? Again, it depends on price. So I use a trade manager, and whatever structure is telling me, that's where my stop is. So I don't care about the little pips and stuff on the side. The only thing I care about is where I get my entry and the spread. So I always account for at least 0.2 to 0.3 pips of spread. So if I'm taking a high, like say for example, if I took this trade, my high would be here, but I would account for a 0.3 of spread in case price wants to come up, and then continue. Come on, you only have 3 minutes left to complete your range. If this currency had recurred 5 pips above opening gap, would you have taken this trade? Yes. So if price, because again, the 630, 730, if it was 5 pips, you can see the range from here to 5 pips would be here. So then price would be above that point there, and it would be a high likelihood that price would push down. Yes, the trade will still be correct. Now it could still correct going down, but sometimes you miss trades and sometimes it's okay. There's always tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Am I one trade a day? No. I take like about, again, it depends on price action and stuff within my time. So now is my time. My next time zone will be at 2:50 until 3:10 in London. Then I'll be looking for the same things in price. While this is taking its time, I'll show you what I mean. So between here, okay, we have 250 and 310 over here. Okay, what happens? Price takes a high over here, which is what I dub my 130 to 230 sell side and buy side. Okay, as soon as it takes that high, bang, I'm looking for a price shift. This is actually the trade I took yesterday, and then it went down. It went down. And of course, that is how far away from the opening gap, from the Hong Kong gap? 30 pips. There's enough range. Is there a silver bullet trade for Asia, like London and New York? Yes, the way I trade, I think it's a silver bullet. Although I call it the Asian honeypot, because I came up with it before ICT was talking about it. So what he was saying then is just confirmation that my ideas were correct. Cheers, Walid. Waiting patiently, exactly. And again, sometimes price will present and sometimes price won't. And that's just how it is. Yes, it is the silver bullet. So it's your price range. Although again, I don't call it the silver bullet. Because I came up with it before he presented the silver bullet to everyone. But he obviously had that idea in his mind for a long time before I even came up with it, but didn't present it to everyone in that format. And it's just me reading price and understanding. That's why I like learning learning what he does and how he views price led me to my what I believe in. Yeah, no. Price is still, again, it's within this range. It's within this range over here. So again, we're in the daily gap. This is not though. How much range do we have? 9 pips. Might be an AU trade today. No. I'm not looking at bars. Again, it's within this time range. There's a whole bunch of liquidity that's been set up. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So again, people love trend lines. This right over here and this right over here. Okay, what we see is you see that it's building, it's building, it's building, it's building, it's building. At the bottom here, we're setting liquidity. Okay, so I am expecting price to go up and then to come back down and raid, or it might just rip right through down here and then come back up. There's only two options. It either does this, it comes all the way down here, or from where it is, it comes straight down here and then goes back up to there. This little white line over here, the little white box there, rectangle, that is the weekly open. That's why price is coming and doing that. Do you think summer's harder to trade in? I just passed phase 1 of my second funding. I've seen your live streams for weeks now. I want to give your way a try for my phase 2. Wild. Wild. Good go. Well done though. Well done on passing. What is my silver bullet times? AJ is 850 to 910. Is where I start looking for indication. London is 250 to 310, and New York is 950 to 1010. And then I also have a afternoon trade, a New York PM session trade. Price is looking nice and clean. It's looking really clean on GU. I'm actually liking it. So because price is doing what it's doing within the other two pairs, GU and EU, if you look at EU here, see what happened? This is almost like it's like a fake breakout in a way. So what that is for trend traders, that is on, if the line's going down or whatever it is, that probably would have just gone up and you would have got your entry to go short. But again, I don't trade that way. I'm just guesstimating. $9.15 today. The open of 9.15. So now that this is set, price going to push away. It goes into a tight little consolidation, and then it's going to do something now. It's going to start making some like big moves. At sell side, still looks really juicy, but that's probably maybe even for London. We'll see. So again, my last resort in trading is I want to see at 9:30 if something happens by then. If not, then I'm out for the Asian session. Might be a no trade day today because it's just hovering. Well, it's not hovering, it's building liquidity and stuff. If you notice what's happening in your broker, there's a whole bunch of spiky spikes that just happened. It kind of like starts doing this in the candles. Like literally the spread, it just carries on doing this. Okay, now what that means is that right now, this is where liquidity is entering the market. So we're going to have a move soon. And again, TradingView is not actually showing the same information that I get from the broker. So always looking at the broker. Yeah, good man. Nice. Yes, you got an early entry, didn't you? So you can see what's happening. You see how the candles, it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Right now, liquidity is entering, or the algorithm is kicking in to create a point in time, which is, funnily enough, around the Hong Kong gap open. This is where Asia enters the market. Good night, Trini. There we go. Sell side. See what I mean? GU EU and AU, I mean GU and EU are catching up to AU. Isn't that funny? So we just set that. That's broken down. That means that the people who are going short, the breakout traders, they will enter their trades here and set their stops up here, won't they? So what does that mean? That means it might push down a little bit lower, or it might just come straight back up. It might push down a little bit lower, but they ultimately they're going to trap them. Again, euro is not here, so can't do anything. So how long has everyone had in the markets? Like, as in, how long have we all been trading for? Or if you're not been trading with live, you've been trading demo and stuff, how long have you been going for? Where did you start? What got you into trading? Why this? This is one of the hardest things to do on the planet. Why trading? Tom, almost a year. Well, you're doing well. Doing well for only a year. Kutaiba, 3 months. Wow, you are fresh. You are fresh faced. Brent's 3 years. Dennis is 4 years. 2 years. Two years for John. J. Kennedy, 5th year. Last 2 profitable. Not enough to quit my day job. Yeah, it starts small. We all have to start in somewhere, and then as long as you can be break even, you're doing better than a lot of people. And then after that, you because you have the time in the markets and time watching the charts, you're able to see things unfold. You're able to watch the candles and see things happen. So price is now pushing away. GU needs to go lower. AU equal lows needs to go lower. It hasn't taken 630, 730 yet. $1.5 years. Trading takes me far away from people. Yes, you bought Loon C when it had that massive crash. 8 years. Wow. Okay. So you're like almost triple my experience, my man. How do you see this correlation between HK50 and other pairs at this time? It's the time. So it's the time that they're not trading. So it's that opening gap on the UK 50 that the Asian traders or the Asian markets are not trading. And I just cross-correlate that onto the other charts. since the end of the year 2020. Nice. It's been 1 year of learning from me. You're about the same as me, Matt. COVID is what actually put me into it, because I was just like, well, if we can't go outside, how are we gonna make money? 1 year, second month. You're also very, very fresh. 1.5 year, but can't find consistency. I understand. It's. I had that struggle as well when I initially started ICT. I was like, it was hard, because I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I can't seem to make it work. And then as soon as I started taking his concepts and not just blindly following what he says, but actually looking at price in the charts and starting to read, then that is when I started seeing things. And that's when I started coming up with the things that I do, the things that I started correlating. And then I use his concepts to create my own strategies, which, funnily enough, he came out later on and said that that's the ICT silver bullets. And I'm like, but no, I've already made that trade up myself. Why are you going to steal my idea? It was initially his idea, obviously, because that's how he trades. But because we can see the same things in the charts, that's where it comes from. Okay, now this is interesting right now in price. So we have GU and AU are pushing down. We have EU finally coming into the 630 to 730 sell side over here. Bang, bang, bang. And here it's bang, bang, bang. We're coming up to that 930. I'm just going to go into the 5-tick chart. It might at 930 put an abrupt reversal, which means it's not going to give you time to get in unless you're on a lower time frame. You see how right now all the charts are reflecting exactly what this did. And this did it in 3 minutes. It went down, 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 and then now it's coming up. Now we have the same thing, down, 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 except this took a bit longer. You see how we've taken and snapped all of that? Now we've gone above those equal highs.
Pushing a train, I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11, 11, it's time for progression. Oh! You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me.
And we come right into that magical FVG, which has just been tapped. Price creates a fair value gap here. I will be entering long.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him. Instead of searching inside for what they gave him, a strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No, not
Magic. Perfection. Let's see if they give us our entry, or if they're just going to continue ripping higher.
Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over.
It has to be on this candle. I'm not interested.
But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand, and damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God, they all let me down.
So now everything's correlated. You see, we're all below the 630, 730. We're all below the 630, 730. We're all below the 630, 730. Doesn't want to give me my entry. Oh, you cheeky. That's okay. Happens sometimes. Yeah, didn't want to give me my entry, so that's okay. Again, it is what it is. Let's see. See, digs why I snapped those highs, and it's come down. Perfect. Beautiful. Actually beautiful. This is the thing about reading price. Like I said, exactly on that candle, on that 930 candle. If my entry is not going to give it to me, that's why I wait until 1030, because we see what happens. The buy side is a target, but I'd want price to come lower. I want to come into the fair value gap. But if it doesn't, I just missed it on EU. No, because my broker chart didn't present the same thing. See, that's the indication that we look for, that like massive spike. Yes, this little tiny one over here that got tapped. But again, like I keep on saying, that in my trades is I want to get the best price possible. There is a void at the price. If you're on the 5 tick with me, 12221 till 12224. That one, and then the one also above it at 12247 and 12246. That would be my entry. Again, price just might continue going higher. Yep. See how nice it is to just read price. Chilled. That's all we're doing. We're out here reading what price is doing. When you know what you're looking for, what times you're looking for, it becomes very interesting. So this technically now, if you see this red leg over here and that blue one there, that technically now would be your market structure shift. So now there's an indication that there's market structure shift. We are now going to go higher in price. This did not give me a market structure shift on GU. It's going to tap it and might come in. I have my things open just in case price decides to come down. And the reason why I'm primarily focused on EU is just because it has the lowest spread of all the 3 pairs. And the spread is like 0, 0. It's nice. Nice 0 spread. Yes, D4, it's just C Trader. You can get the free version where you don't need anything else. You just need to create like a demo account, and then you can open up the C Trader and check it out. But isn't it funny how price did exactly what I wanted it to do at the time that I wanted it to do on the dot without fail? Does my bias from higher time frame match in the strategy? No. Like long term, if you're looking for the bigger moves, yes, it might. But ultimately, no. Because I'm literally reading, like, my trade would have been from here. Okay, let's just take it's literally just the leg. That's it. So it doesn't, the rest of the price and stuff doesn't matter. Is AU giving me the entry today? But I'm cautious. Yeah, I think AU is giving me the entry today. There's more range up to here. So 259. See, can't get into one. There's always an opportunity to get into another. Closing. $604 closing. 35 open. What price is that? 68096. $68135. Let's see.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange.
7952.
Nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands,
So this is my trade.
muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheme me.
How much today? But I set it there because there are two candles, yeah, that come down to this point.
Inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse.
Yeah. Okay, and then we just wait. What happens will happen. You feel the FG? I use the sneaky one. Yeah, it is a sneaky one. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. That's why I sometimes avoid it. So I'm sometimes like hesitant with it. Because sometimes it does its own thing. US in a different world today. Delay to go down, go up alone. Do you do one-on-one trading? No, I don't. Am I in trade? Yes. I just got in. So my lows are underneath these candles over here. Let's see what DXY is doing. Look at GBP. I'll give that a look now. I'm looking at GBP right now. It's pushing. Again, if I get stopped, it doesn't faze me. Because risk is always managed. Always, always, always. What's the 5 tick telling me? So what's interesting is that the euro right now, it's coming down, but it's holding its structure. So here we go. So our euro is like holding what it's doing. The same moves have not been represented. So that right there would be S&T. See what DXY is doing. Of course, the whole trade is based on if these highs are taken, then I'm wrong in my idea. But I'm expecting price now to continue going lower because there's a 50% leg over here that hasn't been offered fair value. See that? Cheeky. Aren't they just cheeky? Aren't they just cheeky? See that those mysterious candles that they don't have in price? Huh. Huh. I know. That's why we sit and we read. Yeah, let's rip. Let's go. Let's see what G. Oh, I finished my coffee. Good morning, good morning. Yes, Papa Jim. They are super cheeky. These. Again, TradingView doesn't offer. It doesn't give you the same candles. So right here, like that, it doesn't offer you those 2 candles that are on your broker. So it's like they want people to get in here and put their stops here, then raid them and trap them. They're cheeky. Ooh. Don't you love that mysterious void in price? Pro tip, have 2 decaf coffees in the morning. You don't vibrate out of existence and have double the fun. How's about, I actually have between like 4 to 9 coffees a day. Yeah, that's how my body functions. Yeah. If price does continue pushing lower on these charts, then we're looking at London possibly being a buy to come back into your HKG. Again, losses don't phase me. A loss is a loss, and if it's a loss, you move on. There's always another day. Can I look at gold with this strategy? Well, gold does work. Different times though. I'm not a gold trader. Cheers, Tom. You have a lovely night. Take care of yourself. My trading time is going to come to an end soon, though. In a few minutes. Does anyone have any questions and stuff before I go? Insane, yeah, it is. But I'm like functioning at like full force all the time, so I have to like keep sharp and mentally like stimulated continuously. Otherwise, I just can't. I can't function. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like laggy, and when I'm laggy, I'm indecisive, and when I'm indecisive, I fear, and when I fear, I can't trade. Trading with your own capital or prop firm? Right now, it's the 100K Blue Guardian challenge. So it's prop firm capital, but I have my own accounts that I trade. Which video? You can go and look on Trading Nuts channel right now. There's a video explaining the Hong Kong gap and also my MMG, which is in my mid-morning gap. Let's see how the trade plays out. Yeah, it's gonna play out. Asian session is a build-up of liquidity. If you do your analysis correct on Asian session, you have your liquidity for the whole day. You know where price is going. The MMG is 4:29 AM on UTC -4 until 5:15 AM. So the closing of 4:29 to the opening of 5:15. Written help start. Oh, let me tell you, I was diagnosed with everything on the planet. Was diagnosed with ADHD and bipolar and all of that stuff. Funny. But I never took any medicine for it. I wanted my mind to be the one to do everything properly. And whatever happens, happens. And it's what gives me my edge, is my mind. I never want to dull my mind. So I haven't actually touched alcohol for over like 4 years now. Just because I find that I get slow and I get indecisive and I can't function at my optimal capacity. No ways. If I do that again, I can't function. So that's not even an option. Anyways, my time's done. So thank you so much for joining into the stream today, everyone. I hope it's been entertaining. Keep those places on your charts. You'll find that they are quite interesting. And I will see you tomorrow for another one. Okay, have a lovely, lovely day. And if you like this video and found it anything valuable, just drop a big thumbs up and I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.